over Nichelle. There's a place right here for you. Make yourself at home. And this is for you. Now, we figured out a thing in the last seminar. We figured out these work best when you chat. Oh, we've locked somebody out. These work best when the work okay like that, but they work better like that. So that's it. Oh, one moment, but I just have to let somebody in. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
this was late.
All right.
Come on in.
Do you want to come on in? This is Catherine, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Catherine's coming in as well too. Anyway, Nichelle, it is so lovely to have you here. What
It's a pleasure.
extra special thing. You've been enjoying your time here so far?
Yes, I have. I've enjoyed it very much, but than I usually do when I'm around truckers.
Well, the fans here in New Zealand are just as intrepid as probably all the fans you've met overseas. And what an amazing life you've had as well too. I know you talk about aspects of it a lot. You get asked the same questions over and over again.
What did I talk about a lot?
The dance.
You've done this random shouting happening from over in the crowd. I'm sure. That you've done so much, and the stories about yourself and Martin Luther King, and all those stories there. Is there one that you get asked to tell the most, just to declare it for those people here?
Well, they can just start asking questions and I'll answer them.
Do you have any questions for the people of New Zealand before we begin?
Yes, what's your question?
Do you know what? This is probably the fastest we've ever gone straight into questions, but why not? Talk about being a person for the people. This is great. Okay, we'll go straight to questions. Who wants to be the first to ask? Here we are, gentleman over here.
Ms. Nichols, thank you very much for taking the time to come in. You've done so much, it's hard to pick on just one thing, but because you're a musician, have you got a favourite song you like to sing?
A favorite song? Oh my goodness. You want me to sing?
Yeah, I don't think you have to sing. You can just name a favourite song if you wish, because you...
Oh, I just like music in general, songs in general. When I put my act together, where I'm going to be going out and doing a show, I'm more specific, you know, in what I choose. But I haven't been doing that for a while. So, because this is, you guys have been taking up all the time. And I thank you for it.
Because didn't you sing, if I can cut in here, you sang with Duke Ellington.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great thing.
I was a very young girl, and they were doing a show with singers, and they wanted someone my age, you know, and everybody was saying, nobody's that age is going to be able to handle this and so forth, and somebody told them, said, no, I know a young girl who can handle this. And they kept arguing back and forth, there's no way. And finally they brought me in to see, and I never left. It was fun, yeah.
Because all the way through your life, from you're inspiring the first black astronaut to become an astronaut as well too, all that, just by being Uhura on Star Trek, which is of course what you get the most questions
not just
about.
by being Uhura.
Also all your work for NASA too.
Yeah,
You do a whole lot of work.
I worked
Tell us more.
under contract to NASA because they had heard me say what was wrong with NASA and what they should be doing. And somebody at NASA found out about it and said, well, let's find out what she would do. And so they had me in, and I said, well, I would go out and talk to people because after all, you belong to us. You're our space program. You're our... And he looked at me and he said, I'm not, I guess I am. and he said, and he used that from then on with everybody in government, and said, this is your space program, this is this program, this is yours. You're not just working for someone, this is yours. You're working for yourself and all the people out there that are looking to you, like I told them. And the next thing I know, for having opened my big mouth, I was under contract to NASA to recruit the first women and minority astronauts for the Space Shuttle program, because I had made this big complaint that there were no women astronauts and there were no minority astronauts. And they said, well, they just don't exist. They don't know that. I said, they exist like you exist. You just don't know where to find them, you know, and you're not reaching out to them, to us. That's us, you know. And I found out. You open your big mouth. And went under contract to recruit the first women and minority astronauts for the Space Shuttle program. And I said, if I do this, and I find them, and they're out there, I'm going to find them, and I'm going to bring them into you en masse. And if you don't hire some, and we don't have women and minority astronauts for the Space Shuttle program, I'm going to sue you.
That's being the best spokesperson ever. They couldn't have chosen a better person. That's so good. That's amazing. That's very impressive. Right, another question from the crowd. Yes, lady here?
Yes.
Just going back to the music, I just wanted to know, how much influence did you have over the songs you sung in Star Trek in the original series?
I'm not quite sure.
That's okay. So you're asking what influence did you have over the songs that you sung in the original?
Did you write any of the lyrics? Were you encouraged to like come up with the melodies or?
For what songs?
Just the ones in Star Trek.
Oh, the ones in Star Trek, right, yes. So how much personal input did you have into the songs that you sang in Star Trek, the melodies or lyrics?
Oh, absolutely everything to do with it. I found out what they wanted, and then I found the song that I knew or wanted to sing that would reflect what they wanted, and they were always very happy about it. Knock on wood.
Another question here?
Yes, sir.
What a great privilege it is to spend time with you. What a great privilege. I guess all around the world you come across...
Could you take the...
I guess...
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Look, what a great privilege it is to spend time with you. A great honour and privilege it is. Look, a lot of us that grew up with Star Trek around about 65 onwards always remember, I guess, more fondly than the newer generations, the Star Trek that you were a part of, the crew on the Star Trek you were a part of. What are your thoughts on the new generations of Star Trek actors and actresses?
Okay, I'm going to need some
Yes,
help.
that's right. He's just asked, what are your thoughts on the new generation of Star Trek actors and actresses?
On the new generation of...
Yeah, of actors and actresses in the Star Trek world.
Do you keep up much with the changes?
Yes, I do. I think highly of them because some of the best people are coming in and having an opportunity to express their feelings, and it suddenly becomes aware by NASA that they're reflecting all our feelings. And so at some point NASA heard about me talking about NASA and what they should do. And they called me in and they put me on the contract and to recruit the first women and minority astronauts for the Space Shuttle program. And I said, I will do this. They said, now what is it going to cost me? And I said, it's going to cost you your honesty, because I'm going to do this for you, and you can't pay me to do this, but just my travel. And when I bring you, I will be bringing you the best people out there possible that exist, and they do exist in multitudes.
Nichelle,
If you don't find the best a woman and African American or whatever, other than just male white, if you don't find him through what I bring you, I'm going to sue you. And then the world will know it. And it said, no, we don't think you're going to sue us. We think you're going to bring us the people that you say we should be looking for, and we think you're right. we should be looking for those people.
Okay, we have another question over here.
Yes.
Michelle, yes?
Hi there. I understand when you auditioned for Trek originally, Uhura hadn't been written and you read Spock.
When I was...
When you auditioned for Star Trek originally, Uhura hadn't been cast. She didn't exist. And did you audition for Spock? Is that true?
In the book you said that you were given Spock's lines.
I'm not
because
sure I
Gene
understand.
hadn't created.
Would you come back?
Yes, I can come back right here. What am I doing? Wandering away. She says in a book, in one of your books,
Yeah.
you auditioned for Spock's lines.
In my book.
Yeah, in a book of you.
No,
That I
she-
wrote?
you read Spock's
If I wrote
lines.
it, it's true.
Yeah.
That's a really good answer. That's the best answer. If you
Yeah.
wrote it, it's true.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that good? Yes?
If I wrote it, it's true, because started writing a lot, so that people understood where I was coming from, and that I was reflecting, and I found out that I was reflecting what people en masse were trying to say and not being able to get it across or be listened to. So I became their voice for them, whether they liked it or not.
All right. Do we have a,
But it turned out they mostly people said, you speak for us, and I was just thrilled.
great thing to be. That's great. Are there questions on this side here? Was there a hand up I saw over there? Well, just quickly for me, I understand, I know you've told this story a lot, but if you wouldn't mind, the story where Martin Luther King met you, can you tell us how that played out? I know you've said it many times, but just for us here.
Martin Luther King is a great man, and he had evidently heard me speak or heard about me talking about what we should be doing with our space program. Mainly, women and minorities were not being included. And I was talking about it so much, it was getting around, and women and minorities started saying, yes, but it doesn't make sense for us to apply when they're not going to pay any attention.
And he and his
I
wife,
got that,
yeah, Martin Luther King and
Yes.
his wife came and met you.
yes. And I taught, when Martin Luther King came to me and said he had heard what I had been saying, and I was absolutely right, and what could he do to help me? I said, let me use your name, that you have come to, that I talked with you, and that this is how you feel too. And he said, be my guest. I can't seem to get across to anybody, but you do.
He said he was a big fan, didn't
Yes,
he? And then
he
you said
was a big fan.
you were thinking of quitting, and he said
Yes.
don't.
Say what?
You were thinking of quitting,
Oh.
and he said don't.
No, he didn't say don't. He said you can't. I don't know what you're talking about, Dr. Martin Luther King. But I didn't. I knew that I was on the right track, and to have him of his stature back me, it started moving the entire thing. People became interested in women who were staying away in droves. Said, well, I'm going to try. Nichelle Nichols said, when I listened to her, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about, and I've got an opportunity. It'd be wrong if I didn't at least try. And so I got calls from the government saying, what are you doing? We're getting all of these calls saying,
You're stirring people up.
yes, no, really, it was that they were all coming, people that they wanted that were staying away in droves. Women and African Americans and people of other denominations were staying away because they were getting turned down. Why keep going? And that's what I was talking about all over the country, wherever I went. Instead of talking about what I'm doing, I was talking about our space program and how we own that program. That's our space program. Whose money do you think? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, ours.
Very true. Well, it's such a,
That's our space
a
program.
noble cause. It's such
Yes.
a wonderful spokesperson to be for that. To take things back, just for me now, I have a question. To take things back to the Star Trek set, so back to the early days when you were all filming together. Were there jokes on set? Were there pranks? Was there a prankster on set?
Oh. Are you talking about actors?
The rest of the Star
There's
Trek.
always. We can't even get together without being talking about our life.
Who was the biggest
The
prankster?
good, the bad, the big, and the small, and why it is what it is. And so I started. We used to only talk about it to ourselves. So I started talking about it because I had the ear of a lot of
The nation. So you would
and
talk
the nation
about.
wanted to talk to me, and so the next thing you knew, I was talking about what my people were talking about, and that, you know, quite frankly, we own you. And
And the rest of the actors in Star Trek agree?
It suddenly just, oh yeah, they came in floods, and that's what changed the space program to our space program. You're dang right.
Wow. Right, we have a question over here. I'll just nip over with. I'm coming right back. Don't worry.
Hi, thank you for coming. I was wondering if Uhura is your favourite role that you've had. If that is your favourite role, what is your second favourite role?
My second favorite role?
Yep.
I was, before I got involved in all of this stuff that we're talking about, I was a ballerina. I was a singer and a dancer, you know, and I put together and my what I call my act, and I played all over, you know, in top clubs in top events, and I began to be known. Knock on wood. Thank you.
And so a ballerina, and you dance all over the place?
Yes, I was a ballerina
Yeah.
from the time I was very young. The ballet was my heart,
Great.
and still is. And but it led me, when you were studying and going to a dance studio, you took ballet, acrobat, and tap. Now I can't tap worth a dang, but I can do shuffle off the buffalo, and that's all. But enough to stay in class. But ballet and acrobat, ballet and dance are my favorite of anything, and voice, singing.
Right,
Yeah.
that's good. Good question. That's lovely, excellent. We have, I'm just going to see if there's somebody else. Yes, here we are. A question in the front row.
Yes?
Good afternoon. I know you've heard this a lot this weekend, but thank you so much for coming down to New Zealand.
Thank you for having me.
I was just wondering, on Star Trek, is there anything that you would have loved to have Uhura do, or say, or any plot line that you would have liked?
You didn't see the show, did you? They couldn't stop me. So they started writing it in. I was delighted. I had a wonderful career for a young girl. And I got to actually make changes, and I wasn't doing that we gotta change this for the world, you know. I was just talking about what I thought, you know. Next thing I knew, they were sending me out talking to various audiences, and it started changing. It started changing this space program, and more women, more minorities being involved, and I was very proud of that.
I think it's a marvellous thing, what you've done, and I think it's really clever of them to see the spokesperson in you. And I wish we had more time to talk about all the things that you've done. And the questions, I think everybody here is just so happy to see you that the questions they're out there, but maybe for another time. It's just been so wonderful. So can I say on behalf of us here and the rest of New Zealand, we are absolutely delighted to have you here, Nichelle. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Please show your appreciation, please, for Miss Nichelle Nichols. It was me. I was off and down. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. I will come right this way.